Hello everyone. Let's take today's topic. Today's topic is ovarian cycle we call or menstrual cycle we call. So as we already discussed about the formation of the female gametes, it is a cyclic changes we have. So what we will be discussing in this topic, we will focus on the various cyclic changes which are happening at the time of the formation of ovum, or we call secondary oocyte in case of human females. We'll take one by one description of all kinds of changes regarding hormone, regarding structural changes, and how we have a stepwise, sequence-wise changes we'll take in the detailing. But before starting of this topic, let's take these two basic terms we discussed earlier. First one is menarche and the second one is menopause. So what does it mean? Menarche, it is the commencement of the first menstrual cycle in the life of females, and we know that we have the formation of gametes whenever individual reaches at puberty. So what is the age of the puberty in case of the females? It is 11 to 13 years. It means in between this period we'll have starting of the formation of the female gametes. So that term is given, that is menarche. And the menopause, it means that closing of formation of the female gametes, and that we call menopause. So the in general it is given 50 to 55. It means in that period of time we have the closing of this cycle. So this is the general data. It may vary based on the physiology, based on the hormones, may change, but in general concept we are discussing. So menarche is, we have 11 to 13 years in between that period. It means that puberty timing, and then we have the menopause. Let's take one by one. So see that diagram, we have a three kinds of changes we need to study. First one is a change in uterine wall will focus, ovarian hormones will focus, and change in ovaries. Change in ovary will also focus on that aspects also. And there is one, we know that we have a master gland, that is pituitary gland, and this gland is controlling the activities of other glands by their releasing hormones. So we'll take also hormones which are secreted by pituitary glands and how they are influencing this cycle, will discuss in the detailing. So this cycle starts, you can focus on here, this cycle starts by the fall of the progesterone level. When progesterone level falls, we have the menstruation, last for in generally 5 days. So what is happening in this one, this phase, menstruation phase? In this phase we have the slashing off of the endometrium lining. It means whatever endometrium lining, whatever blood vessels, it starts coming out through the vagina in case of the females. So that phase is known as menstruation phase. So why this is coming out? Due to the decreased level of progesterone, and that is the starting of the cycle. And this phase is known as menstrual phase. So what is happening, try to focus in that one. At the birth of the girl child will have many follicles, and these follicles enter into a cyclic changes at the time of the puberty. When girl child reaches puberty, we will have stimulation of follicles, but follicles are already present. So, and this that changes in case of the follicles it is stimulated by the various hormones. That's why it is a completely controlled process through the hormone. So what we have, level of progesterone falls, we have the menstruation phase, we have the slashing off of the endometrium lining, and it lasts for till 5 days in general. And then we have low progesterone, it is stimulating pituitary gland to secrete FSH. It is follicular stimulating hormones. So FSH will release whenever we have low progesterone, and that FSH, because we have presence of already we have many follicles, and then that follicle enters into the cycle, and we have the starting of the changes in follicles. So we have the entry of follicles, it starts growing in the presence of FSH, and we have these follicles, they have their hormone, and these follicles will release estrogen. It is the hormone which is responsible to regulate the growth of the follicles. So these follicles are having gradual changes, and these changes responsible for the maturation of the follicle. So what is the matured stage? That is known as Graafian follicle. What we call Graafian follicle. So this is the mature stage. So see that one, first phase is menstrual phase, and second phase is we call follicular phase. So we discussed about this one, pituitary gland action in this one, that low progesterone stimulates FSH. FSH will release, and it stimulates the growth of the follicles, and then follicles start secreting estrogen, and estrogen will regulate the growth of the follicles, and this follicle is converting into Graafian follicle, and this is the matured stage of the follicle. See the changes here. When we have entry of estrogen, the lining of the endometrium starts maintaining, and we have an increase of the thickness. There is the role of the endometrium lining. The endometrium lining is also having blood vessels slashed off at that time, and then we have again building of these endometrium lining, and we will have importance, we'll discuss about that one. So here we are discussing estrogen level keeps on increasing when we have the formation of the Graafian follicles. So high estrogen, it stimulates pituitary gland to decrease the amount of FSH, and we will have the increase the amount of LH, that is luteinizing hormone. This hormone is responsible for the ovulation. It means now time has come that follicle is matured. Now time has come to release ovum, that is secondary oocyte, and we know that stage we call ovulation. So for the ovulation, it means to release of the ovum from the Graafian follicles. Here is the ovum is situated inside, and we have the bracking of the Graafian follicles, and when we have the bracking of the Graafian follicles, ovum is secondary oocyte is released, and it is happening in the presence of the luteinizing hormone. So the level of the luteinizing hormone is almost maximum in this period. So we call LH surge. Remember this point. LH surge is very important to understand. At a specific period of time in this cyclic changes, we have the maximum level of luteinizing hormone. And what is the reason behind that maximum level? Because we need to break Graafian follicles and release of the ovum, so that high level of LH is there, and that peak is known as LH surge. Okay everyone, so this is responsible for the breaking of Graafian follicles, and that phase is known as, that process is known as ovulation, release of ovum, release of secondary oocyte. So when you focus in this one, you can understand here it means at the day of 14th, mid of the cycle. When I give you the data of that ovarian cycle in general, in healthy woman we have that was 28 or 29 days cycle. In healthy women we are talking 28 to 29 day cycles. It is varying based on the fact of the hormones. If there is any health issues, it may vary. The period is varying. Sometimes it lasts for a longer period of time due to the imbalance in hormone. Stress is also the cause of imbalancing this cycle. So we'll have many kinds of problems in case of women whenever they have imbalance in this cyclic changes. So what we are discussing in general, the ovulation in 14th day we have breaking of the Graafian follicles and ovum will come out, and that this whole substances is converting into corpus luteum. That is the name of that structure, and this corpus luteum is having a great importance. We'll take that this structure, it is a yellow in color, try to remember that one. And corpus luteum will trigger enhancement of progesterone. This level of progesterone will increase whenever we have the entry of corpus luteum. You can see the decreased level of progesterone, there is no role, but when we have entry of corpus luteum we will have enhancement of the progesterone, and we have that one reason for that. Why progesterone level is increasing, we have reason. So what is the reason? This progesterone is responsible for the thickening of the endometrium lining, and in this progesterone we will not have the entry of any new follicle. It means it inhibits entry of other immature follicle to enter into the new cycle. Whenever we will have decrease of progesterone, then new follicle can enter. So this hormone is very important to inhibit the entry of new follicles into a cycle, because at a one time we have only the development of the one follicle into the gametes. That women body is designed in such a way we have the formation of only one functional gamete at one time. So that is there. So this level of progesterone is now high. Whenever we have fertilization, it keeps on maintaining the level of progesterone is maintained high, and when we do not have fertilization we will have that decreased level of progesterone in case of no fertilization, and then decreased level of progesterone we have the slashing of endometrium lining, and then we have the commencement of the new cycle, new menstrual phase, and in this way we will have the beginning of the new cycle again. So what we are getting, progesterone is responsible for the maintenance of the endometrium, huge importance of endometrium lining, because women body are designed in such a way so that it can take also embryo in it. We have the development of the baby or embryo inside the women body. So for that reason they need connection, they need that building of a certain structure which are responsible for the transportation of the various substances to fetus, and that is the reason when we have fertilization that progesterone level is high, and we have that one thickening of the endometrium lining, and you can see these finger like projections here. We have that one entry of the zygote, and then it is trapped in this structure, then we will have that one building of the blood vessels and other structures which can hold embryo till gestation period, because nine months it will take for the development of the embryo. So that is the reason behind we have various kind of changes. That's why women body is complex, because it is not only for the formation of gamete, system is also responsible for the that one gestation also. It means development of embryo will be done. So this endometrium lining is maintained whenever we have progesterone. Suppose if there is no fertilization, it means when there is no mating, and there are certain barriers are also there to inhibit that one mating of the, to inhibit the process of fertilization at the time of mating. When that one couple is using precaution, so we have the inhibition of the fertilization. So what is happening at that time, that this one carpus luteum starts degenerating, because when it degenerates, then we will have fall of progesterone. So when it's degenerate, in the absence of the male gametes, when we do not have fertilization, it starts degenerating, and when it degenerates, we will have that one falling of progesterone level. So progesterone level will fall, we have again the slashing of endometrium lining, it is coming out again through vagina, and along with this that one secondary oocyte will also come, and we have the commencement of a new cycle. So in case if it is fertilized, so we have the maintenance of the progesterone level till birth of the baby. So that is the concept. When carpus luteum is degenerating, we have that yellow body is converting into a white body, and that white body we have a specific name, remember this one, that is corpus albicans. That is the name. When corpus luteum, that yellow body, when it is converting into white structure, when it degenerates, it will form white structure, and that white structure we call corpus albicans. So that is the structure. It is happening when we will not have fertilization. Okay everyone, so that's all about the ovarian cycle, we also call menstrual cycle. I gave you all the concepts, try to go through the concepts. I will start new topic. Thank you everyone.